Hi everyone, thanks so much for joining me today for Rise and Shine Yoga. And you can do this practice in the morning, a great way to start your day, to start fresh and help your energy to get flowing. You can also practice it in the afternoon time as if you need a bit of a pick-me-up, if you're finding that you're starting to get, sluggish, unmotivated. We all can feel like that from time to time. So this practice will be good, anytime during the day. If you'd like to grab a cushion or a few blocks and maybe even a belt, you don't necessarily need a belt, but we may use that today. You can pause the video and just get yourself set up. You could also sit in a chair if you know that you're uncomfortable. We're going to be sitting here for about 10 minutes, so you can always have a chair to sit in for the first part of our practice. So we've arrived here, we're getting settled, we're helping to connect the mind to the body, which oftentimes it's really not there. It's taking us elsewhere. So we're gonna start to root ourselves into the present. And this is how we can gain a sense of calmness through our body, is just starting to root down into ourselves. You can, just for the first few moments, start to feel your foundation here, your legs and your feet, and letting that settle, sink down a little bit deeper. From the earth, from the ground, we'll slowly align the upper body right from the root all the way up to the crown of the head. Coming into that awareness of the central channel. As you start to notice your body, notice if you can relax anywhere. Maybe it's your shoulders. You can let your shoulders sink. Or maybe it's your jaw that's holding some tension there. Just let that release. As you begin to bring your attention to yourself, your body, and then noticing the breath. The breath is that anchor to the present moment. And you can just start to feel your breath flowing in and out. And you might be starting to help your breath, slowing it down a little bit. Yeah, and sometimes we just need to, especially at the beginning of the day, or this is good end of the day too, but the cleansing breath helping you process and release anything that's been going on within yourself. And we've all got some level of stress and tension in our lives, of course, right now. So I find this really helpful. You're going to gently inhale, and you can pause and hold your breath. And on your exhalation, release your breath out through your mouth, going like the whispered ah sound. We'll do that 2 more times. Breathing in, pausing and holding your breath. You're doing this on your own time. And on your exhalation, breathe out through your mouth. Let's do that 1 more breath. Let it come in, sink slowly all the way down, pausing and holding your breath. And then as you exhale, releasing. Good. It's good to release. And then let's go into a more traditional or ancient pranayama technique. It's the Bhastrika breath. And one of my beloved teachers, my Ayurvedic teacher, Purnima, she nicknames it the coffee breath. When you inhale, you slowly reach your arms up. And as you exhale, you're going to come down, bending your elbows, loose fists, going, okay? So you could breathe out through your mouth a few times, breathing in as you lift, breathing out as you come down. But eventually you try to breathe in and out just through the nose alone. And let's try that about 7 more times. Okay? And you can go at your own pace. Obviously, you don't want to match my rhythm. You want to match what feels comfortable for yourself. And one more. Good. Take your hands down, releasing that for a moment. Just noticing how your body feels after doing that. If you can feel just a little bit more vibrancy, that inner vibrancy, circulating, percolating through your whole body now. Good. You can take a slow breath in and out, and we're going to try that one more time. We're going to try for 10 times. Breathing in, and again, please do it at your own pace. So breathing in slowly, lifting your arms. It's a breath out quickly through your nose. If you need to, it could be through your mouth too. And then releasing. Good. Relaxing your shoulders, your arms. And again, just feeling that inner feeling. And then we'll slowly start to take the head gently from side to side a few times. Just rolling the neck. Especially an area you want to unwind after a night's sleep, because we don't really know how our neck was positioned all night, and sometimes there's a lot of strain there. So just starting to gently open. Let's pause with the ear in line over the shoulder, and we'll take our hand on that side, just gently placing it there, other hand on the floor beside you. Pausing and holding that for a moment, and then you can tuck your chin down towards that side of the chest. And then releasing that slowly. You can lift your head up, bringing it down, lifting your chin straight up as you inhale, bringing your chin down as you exhale. And start to feel your chest open as you inhale, shoulders roll back. Exhale, you can bring your shoulders forward. And then coming back to center. And let's roll the head again just a couple times from side to side. Good. And then we're going to pause with the ear in line over the other shoulder. You can take your hand there to the side of your head. Just feeling that nice extension, the nice stretch on the side of your neck for a few moments. And then we're going to turn that chin down towards that side of your chest. And then slowly release. And gently coming back to center. Good. This time bringing your hands behind your head. And we're just going to slowly tip to one side, dropping the elbow on one side. And as you breathe in, you can come back to center. Breathe out, other side. So just starting to feel a nice, gentle stretch on either side of your torso, even into your shoulder, armpit. Good. This time as you inhale, coming back to center, and we're going to roll through the upper body. So feeling like you're rolling right from the upper part of your torso, and then we'll go in the opposite direction. Good. And then we'll release that, bringing the palms straight up towards the ceiling. Releasing your arms. We're going to do the seated cat-cow. This will be our last thing we do here in this seated position. As you inhale, now you're rounding your spine forward, opening your chest, lifting your chin slightly. As you exhale, you're pulling your belly in and you're arching your spine. And you're just continuing that for the next few breaths, again on your own time. can move as fast or as slowly as you like through this position. An excellent one to do whenever you need to. And again, this one's an excellent thing you can do on a chair. And you can do it anywhere, anytime, especially when you feel like your back's starting to get tense or sore. You just need that mindful moment coming into the present, releasing for a moment. Releasing your body from stress or tension. Okay, coming back to center. This time we're going to take the legs out to the side and just shake them out, start to get a little bit more energy through the legs. Good, you can bounce the knees up and down a few times. And then we're going to breathe in, reaching the arms up. And you can always bend your knees slightly if you're really tight in their legs or the hips. Exhale, we're going to come over, and then we're going to continue to flow. Okay? And again, you can bend your knees. You're breathing in as you come up. You're breathing out as you come over. Continue this flow for about 3 to 5 more breaths. Good. So as you inhale, you're really lengthening up. As you exhale, you're coming over. Good. This time as you inhale, coming straight up. As you exhale, release your arms down. Take your hands back behind you. Lift and open the chest. The chin lifts slightly. Nice. We'll come out of this position. You can slowly slide those feet in. And we're going to come over onto hands and knees for a few moments. We're going to come into that lovely movement of rolling through the hips, helping to really open up all parts of your body here. It's a lovely warm-up. We're going to flow in the opposite direction. Good. And we'll do that just a couple more times on the others, rolling the other way. If you want to do any different movement, again, you're listening to your body. Try not to watch what I'm doing. I'm going to try to do my best at talking you through everything we do. So I just want you to keep tuning into yourself. Okay? Nice. Inhaling to come forward. Exhaling to go back. As you go back, slide your hands forward and lengthen right through. So your arms become an extension of your back in the like a half dog pose. Good. As you breathe in, come forward, and you might walk your knees a little bit more just to come into the half plank for a moment. Strengthening here. And then we'll come back. And as you come back, walk your hands so they're right underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips, and you're lifting through your belly. And notice how I'm coming up onto my fingertips. You can always do that if your wrists get a little sore, but you do want to make sure you've got more weight on the outer side of your hands. And there's some space right underneath your palm there. As you inhale, looking forward, rolling through your spine. Exhale. We're going to lift that belly, arch the spine again, come into 3 more rounds of the cat-cow. Listening to the sound of your breath. So we're using that ujjayi breath that you can hear. You can probably hear my breath. I like to also, throughout the practice, always reminding yourselves to keep that, maintaining that slow, steady breath, but also smiling. Taking time to just smile. Go, oh, this feels good. This feels good. I like this. It feels good. It feels good. Now we're going to walk our hands, come up onto your fingertips, walk your hands in. And I'm going to turn to face you for a moment. We're going to bring the left leg out to the side. And with your next breath in, once you get settled here, you can come up and extend through that right arm. Good. Now, when you're ready, and again, you're not matching me, you're coming into a nice extension here through the sides. You're reaching and gently stretching over, but again, to your place. We'll hold for about 2 more breaths. And at the end of your next exhalation, you can slowly release that side. We're going to bring the other leg in and slide the other leg out. Okay, you can even feel that nice stretch as you do this posture here for that side of your leg. As you reach up, extend up, connect right through. And then we're going to gently come over, keeping that extension right from as far down as you can feel it, right up your arm. Breathing here. Good. That's a lovely posture to do. And that's called the gate pose. So slowly come back to center. And as we do, we're going to just bring the fingertips down for a moment, coming into a bit of a squat. Again, you can always come out of this position if you need to, but we're just pausing here for a moment. Still feeling grounded through our body. We do that by keeping connected down towards the earth, keeping our, of course, we're connected, we're being pulled down by gravity, but we want to feel that connection to help us stay grounded. We want to feel our body to be able to stay grounded and centered. And that place helps us to keep anchored to the present moment, no matter what else is going on around us. We don't want to be, like I said one day, we don't want to be carried away with it all, with all the chaos, to be frank, of the world right now. We don't want to be like a tumbleweed that just gets blown around. It's so important for us to root down. And again, the quickest thing that we can do to root down and ground ourselves is by paying attention to our body, by really feeling our body. And we can start, see, the mind is what takes us elsewhere, right? We want to start with the points furthest away from the mind. So go to the bottom of your feet, the soles of your feet, and just rock there for a moment, forward and back. And really feeling that connection there and helping to loosen up anything going on in your feet too. You can come to the outer edges of your feet. Feel that connection. Roll towards the big toe again. Centering your feet, lifting your toes, spreading them out as best you can. Good. And then we're going to balance on one side, so that also helps to really ground our energy down. And we're going to roll through the other foot and ankle a few times. Good. And then you can bend that knee. Just place the foot lightly. We're just coming into a very gentle tree pose to get our balance. Reaching up as you inhale. And breathing out as you exhale, releasing that. Okay. Feeling from side to side. You can lift one knee, plant that foot down, lift the other knee, plant that foot down. Let's now come into the other side. So bringing your other foot up, and we'll roll through that foot and ankle a few times. And you're strengthening the standing leg, and you don't want to collapse into the hip. You want to pull it, pull up and out of your hip. And then we can just place the foot lightly there, balancing just for one breath. Breathing in, reaching the arms up, breathing out, releasing. Good. And then again, just walk your legs out from side to side for a moment, bringing the hands together at your heart. Okay, a little bit of love for the knees now. We're going to roll the Knees in a circle in one direction. And then go in the opposite direction. Good. Feeling right up through your hips, widening out through your feet a little bit more. We're going to loosen up here. And then we'll move in the opposite direction. And then we're going to shake out through the arms. And with your feet a little bit wider, we're going to flow. I love this flowing twist. It really helps to loosen up your upper body. And you're just letting your arms swing gently from side to side a few times. Good. Keep flowing there. Again, at your own pace. Sometimes if you really let the arms swing back and forth, you can let them really flop from side to side. Good. And then shaking that out. Let's roll the shoulders a few more times. And opposite direction. And come back to center and see if you can feel your body. Like, we really want to start to tune into the subtle energy of your body, the light body, and see if you can feel that sense of there's like a tingling sensation, or there's warmth, or just an enhancement of vibrational feeling, energy. When you've got your energy flowing through your body, it's not so much concentrated on the mind, in the mind. Like my teacher Sandra says, prana can either feed your mind and drive you nuts, or it can be flowing through your whole body, and then you feel calm and confident and secure. So let's widen out our feet a little bit more, and we're going to turn the left foot out to the side, and we're going to start to come into our warrior poses here today. So bending and straightening a few times through that left knee. Make sure the knee is aiming towards your toes, and feeling your legs on both sides, okay? We often bring more energy into that bent knee. We want to keep engaged, keep feeling through both legs and right to the bones of your legs, if you can there. Opening the hips. Now, when you find the right position for you, pause there. Pause there for a few breaths. We don't want the knee to go past the ankle, so if it does, slide your feet apart, reaching through your arms now, opening. So we've got this strength and connection with the legs and feet to the earth, energy from the earth supporting you, and then we're letting that energy come through, up in, and open the heart. Open your heart as you reach your arms out and feel strong, but also balance that with a bit of surrender and opening. And we can be, as we open, we might feel vulnerable, but we've got the strength working for us in our body. We've got that strength. Now, you can straighten your legs whenever you need to, but if you'd like, you can come into a reverse warrior or exalted warrior. You can extend that arm and reach, and maybe even look up. And as you exhale, let that flow over and rest on that bent knee. Let your lower arm rest on that bent knee, and come and lift through that back arm, reaching it straight up. And take it right over your head, extension right from the heel, the back heel there, to your, right up to your hand. Good. Now let's let that arm reach over to the side towards your foot, and then slide it over. Let's lift both arms straight up. And as you exhale, come down and slide your feet out slightly, bend the knees, come into the God or goddess posture. It's a lovely pose here to open. Pulling the elbows down, and then straightening your legs, opening through your whole body here, and opening to gratitude, to joy, or we're open to saying, I need What do I need the most? And we're asking for that. You can let your arms rest, releasing them, bringing your palms together for a moment. And then we'll turn the foot to the other foot to the side, coming into the warrior pose. So the warrior two position, you're bending that knee in line with your toes, trying not to go over, and feeling the strength. Feeling both legs engage, and feeling that right through both feet. And then lifting your arms and opening. Opening your heart. Can you feel that? Good. Breath, balancing strength with vulnerability. Yeah, we want to stay open, right? We want to stay open. We know that we can handle whatever it is that comes up in our lives with an open heart, with courage and strength to keep going. Drop that back arm down and reach up and extend into exalted, sometimes referred to as peaceful warrior. Reaching up, aligning with the light, letting it shine down on you. And then we'll come over, resting on that leg, reaching the back arm straight up. And then let that extension come right over. Feeling that lovely stretch right through that side of your body. Good. And then reach down towards your foot. Slide that hand towards the other side. Reach both arms up. And this time, we're going to go straight down. So bending forward from the hips. You can bring, and again, if you need blocks or support, your hands aren't quite there, or even a chair, placing your hands on the chair. Coming down as deeply as you want, as is comfortable for yourself. Good, this is a really nice wake up for the brain, getting that extra blood flow. But it's also, any forward bend is a calming position. So at the same time, it's helping to calm the mind, cool it down. Imagine there's a trap door at the top of your head and you can let go of the worries for right now, the worries of the world. And then we'll slowly plant the feet, bend the knees, start to slowly rise up. Coming up for a moment, and then we'll just walk, heel toe the feet in towards each other, coming into the mountain pose, our integration position. So we're allowing our body a moment to integrate, and we're still staying connected. The feeling of our body right through. If you'd like, you can bring your palms together. And then with your next breath in, I'm going to turn sideways, but you can come to the top of your mat, breathing in to reach up through your arms, and breathing out to sink straight down into your forward bend. Breathing in to come halfway up. Breathing out to sink down. Good. Breathing in this time halfway up. And breathing out, we're going to step back through that right foot, and we'll come down into a lower lunge. And just pausing there for a moment, helping your hips to open. And then you can slowly plant through that front foot, and you can reach up. You can always let go through your foot, the back foot. Reaching up. And as you exhale, come down, and we're going to do a little bit of a twist. So we're going to take so my left foot is forward. I'm going to take my left hand just to my lower back, look to the left side, right hand down. You can also place it on a block or two. So have your props close by you always if you need them. Centering your hips here. If it feels good, you can reach that left arm straight up. and then we'll slowly release down. We'll come up onto that back foot, looking back, stepping back into downward dog for a moment. Good. You can walk the feet out of here a little bit, opening the backs of the legs. Keep lifting through your hips. When you're ready, exhale, come forward. You can drop your knees down first, and then slide the right foot forward, or you can just bring your right foot right forward. Come into your lunge on the other side. You're going to take a moment to let your hips open here. And then when you're ready, bringing your upper body up, hands on your thigh. Next breath in, you can reach your arms up. Looking up for a moment. Good. As you exhale next time, come down, and we're going to bring ourselves into that twist again. You can bring your hands to your lower back, centering your hips. This might be enough. Or if it feels good, you can reach that arm straight up. Centering your hips. Hips tend to want to move out to in this position, the left side. Try to center them and just open through the shoulders, the ribs here. Good. And then slowly relax and release that pose. And let's one more time come into downward dog. And if you'd like to, you can always do the variation, the half dog I'm showing you now. Okay, or you can come down onto your elbows too. Or you can come back into that downward facing dog. This may be an option, it may be not. You can come into plank. You can also come into a nice gentle upward facing dog. Again, if that doesn't feel good for your body, please, you can rest. You can come back into child's pose. You could come down onto your belly and do more of the Sphinx or the Cobra, like this. Just for a few moments, opening with a nice, lovely back bend that feels you're supporting your body to open. It feels good. Okay, and then lifting your belly as you start to rise up. A gentle cat pose as you start to drop your hips down. And you're wiggling your hips right down towards your feet. If it feels good, you can rest your head on your mat, or you could put something underneath your head. Pausing here for a moment. And then we're going to come back up, and we're going to do that, sometimes referred to as the thread the needle pose. We're going to reach the left arm out to the side, and then we're going to slide it palm facing up right out to the right side. So you're coming out to the opposite side, so you can bring yourself down onto that shoulder and the side of your head there. If that does not work for you, if it doesn't feel good, you could always come up and just pull that arm out to the side, supporting it here in this position, if that feels better for you, okay? All right, I'll stay in that for a few more breaths. Closing your eyes and just resting, softening, smiling. And then you can slowly start to rise up with your next inhale. And you can take your opposite arm out to the side, slide the palm, with the palm facing up, all the way out to the other side as far as you can come into it, resting on your shoulder and the side of your head. Good. You can recenter your hips. Pausing here for a few more breaths. Let's stay for one more. And then when you're ready, slowly coming back up to center. And coming to sit down again, just for a moment. We're going to let's do the hip opener, bringing the soles of your feet together, sitting up nice and tall. You can even do just a little bit of a circling motion for your lower belly and your hips here for a moment. Going in the opposite direction. I'm pulling my belly in, rolling over to the side. And then you can come back to center and come right centered in this pose. And then coming back up slowly, you can bring your arms behind you, lifting through your heart again. Good. This is a wonderful exercise to do on a chair when you're sitting in a chair, maybe not with the legs, but for the arms. And you're just reaching towards the back of the chair, opening the arms, opening the shoulders and the chest. Good. Slowly release that. And it'll be time now to come down onto your back. So we're going to start with, start like often do, just rolling down very slowly, right from your lower back. And we're going to travel right up the spine. So bring each part of your back down, and then bringing your hands behind your head for a moment, supporting your head. You're starting to come down into your shoulders, lengthening, and it's helpful to open your neck. Okay? And then we're going to bring the arms out to the sides, knees bent, feet on the floor, and we're going to just rock the legs, flow the legs from side to side a few times. And you can do this with your feet closer together, or you can try with your feet quite wide apart, even as wide as your mat is, and just see what you like better today. Or even trying a bit of both. Good, we'll do that a few more times. And then we'll come back to center, realigning your body. You can do just a few breaths in the bridge pose. You're bringing your feet in, and you're lifting your hips up. And you can rock your head just slightly from side to side just to keep it centered. And then I like to use the strength of my legs and my feet, pressing down and coming into the top of the shoulders. It's lovely to put that pressure there into the shoulders. It helps them to release. It lengthens the neck, and you can soften the jaw. With your exhalation, slowly roll down, vertebra by vertebra through your spine. And then hug your knees in towards your chest. Good. Nice. And you can come into this is like the half happy baby. You're reaching for your ankles or your feet and knees wide. Have arms in between the legs. You can bring those feet together. You can bring the feet up into the happy baby pose. And then you could release the legs, but let the legs go straight up in the air for a moment. This is helping to work a bit on core strength. You can always take your block or cushion, I don't know where mine went, and put it underneath your hips here. Bend your knees. And there it is down there. Put it underneath and then try that position if it feels really hard here. Put a little support underneath your hips. just the edge of your hips, not too high up your back if you're using support. Good. Flex your feet. You can reach your arms up. And then you can release your arms, bringing the knees into the chest again. And you can rock the legs forward and back this time. As you exhale, your knees come in. As you inhale, your knees slightly away from you. Or you could, again, if you want to strengthen a bit more, strengthen the core, holding onto the edges of the mat, and you can move your legs out as much as you want here. Or just slightly holding onto the knees. Whatever feels best for your lower back. Keep moving with your breath. Sometimes here I'll just keep the left knee in and extend out through the right leg, bring it back. Do the opposite side, extend out. And switch again. Lengthening, I'm not placing the foot all the way down, just keep lengthening. And then we'll do the other side. Good. Coming back to center. And if there's one more pose you want to do, just feel into your body and that's when we start to strengthen our intuition, and we start to just really connect that way with what makes sense for you right now. How would you like to carry on with your practice for the next moment or two? Of course, you can always do what I'm doing, but I strongly encourage you guys to tap into your own inspired flow. Keeps your yoga practice interesting and exciting, and keeps it working for you and your body. And again, it strengthens your intuition, your ability to listen and act as you get that knowledge, acting on it. Your body has a wisdom that is so strong, and it just is so aligned with what you need. But the problem is we just don't listen enough. Our body knows exactly what it needs and exactly what to do. And our bodies know exactly how to heal from anything. And we just have to believe it is true, that there is an innate, limitless supply of healing that we can tap into for whatever we need to. It comes from within, but it also comes from source energy. For now, we're going to surrender to that flow, that healing flow, and come into our most comfortable position, Shavasana, and supporting your body, if you need to, with a bolster underneath your legs, a blanket to cover up if you're cool, something to place over your eyes. And letting go. Let's take one more deeper breath in. Exhale and really release. You can release with a bit of sound. You can release with and feel your whole body relax. Just stay there in that position for the next few breaths. Surrendering your physical body, surrendering your legs and your arms, letting them go comfortably heavy. Letting go through the back of your body, letting it sink down deeper in towards the earth. For that nurturing energy that we can feel springing from the earth. The energy from the earth supporting you and sustaining you. Mother Earth has everything that we need, and aligning with her will help us to become more balanced. Tuning into her rhythms and what she's asking of us right now. So we're starting to get into that right now. We're later fall, coming into the winter. It is that slowing down, sleeping more at night. Just taking a moment to really honor those rhythms that are external, but they affect us internally. Aligning with nature. Again, it's the only way in my mind that we can come into harmony with ourselves and with the earth. Reminding yourself that you are a part of nature, you are a part of this earth. And trusting in the process, trusting that, yes, this has been a difficult time, but we all need to go through those difficult times in life. And we have to trust the process. Trust that we're on a journey. We will get through this. And then if we really tap into ourselves, we start to realize, oh, I'm really okay. Yes, I can become fixated on the external world and trying to make sense of it. But in reality, I'm doing okay. My needs are met. And I will surrender to this time and find maybe a different flow for my days. Again, above all, we need to listen to ourselves and what we need to hear or what we need to know. So you can place your hands lightly on your heart center. And just as you breathe and keep your mind focused but free, focused on how you're feeling right now, and free, allowing any special feelings or thoughts or images or messages to come from this space. And when your hands are placed on your heart, it just helps you to open here and soften those hard lines, those hard edges, soften and release the judgment, the criticism, release the expectation. Yes, we expect our lives to be a certain way or our day to be a certain way, but often it's not. How can we move gracefully through our lives no matter what's going on? And it's okay if it's not always graceful. But what really helps is being grateful, taking a moment, making this part of your practice. It can be right now, throughout your day, right before bed. It will dramatically increase your happiness and joy no matter what's going on again. It'll actually help your body physically to find balance. It'll help calm down the stress hormones and boost those endorphins. Scientifically proven to do that. So just every day finding a few moments for gratitude. being specific, honoring those things that your loved ones are doing and maybe did for you or just did for the family, or honoring them, honoring yourself. And then we'll just start to wiggle the toes and the fingers. And gently moving, slowly moving, doing any stretch, maybe a full body stretch, your arms and legs reaching. And releasing, curling up. Whenever you're ready, take your time. If you want to just ignore me and keep going, feel free. Resting if you need to rest. You can always pause the video and just, maybe it's like you're tired and you need a rest. So yoga helps us to slow down enough to know what we really need. Okay? So I'm going to end here. So whenever you're ready, again, smiling. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a lovely day no matter what happens, and even if it's not a lovely day, knowing that everything's going to be okay. Everything's going to be okay. It's going to work out in the end. So namaste. Thank you.